Hello everyone and welcome to my family home garden here on the outskirts of Pretoria in South Africa. I have just arrived, for those of you that didn't see my previous video where I was still in the UK explaining that I would be in South Africa for the next few weeks. This is the first video in which I feature in this lovely sunny part of the world. Although saying that, it's not that sunny today, but it is still lovely and warm, and it is certainly a lovely escape from the British winter that we've been having and the relentless rain and cold that we've been seeing these past few months. So I thought today, while I am here, as you can see, I'm very much in my natural habitat. I have no shoes on. I look like I've just come out of some, I guess, prison. But I feel absolutely fantastic and absolutely happy to be here. So I thought I'd give you a small tour of the garden as it looks this late in summer here in the southern hemisphere, and I'll also be showing you some of the salvias, shrubby salvias that I will be planting today, and perhaps you can take some advice on how to plant them and how easy they are to grow and how lovely they are to grow. So let's go. So starting in this corner, I can just show you the lovely roses that are seemingly very happy, and here are some of the salvias that I only went out and bought yesterday that I'm going to be underplanting in this rose bed. And a tip perhaps here is that salvias, shrubby salvias like this, work really well with roses because they have kind of a sulfurous compound in their leaves that when the heat and the sun shines down onto them, they release, and that really does help roses against black spot. So that is a good bit of advice there. Coming over to this side, this is a native tree, quite a lovely specimen. It does look a bit like an apple tree from afar, but it isn't. It's called a wit stinkoot, and I will give you the scientific name in the description below. Another salvia. We have some lovely lavender currently growing here. Very, very happy in the warmth and the good drainage that this very red iron rich soil seems to provide. We've got some native cacti growing here. There you can see a hole that I've dug in preparation for another salvia that I'll be planting, and that's the one I'll be showing you. And then only yesterday I planted a few more. So this is a little bit of a different type of salvia. It's got slightly um, longer flowers, sort of bell-shaped tubular flowers, which I think will be absolutely lovely for those long-tongued bumblebees and bee species. Lots of agapanthus growing here, and this lovely pennisetum I also planted yesterday, and I think it'll work beautifully together with this tree and the bird feeder, and just capturing the lovely landscape in the background. And as you can see, it's very, very cloudy, but do take my word for it, it is very warm. It's a lovely 25 degrees Celsius, so just the perfect temperature. And moving along here, we have this absolutely stunning salvia, which I also planted yesterday. And I just think it's absolutely magnificent, and it just really worked well in a gap that I identified, and not too far from this lavender here. So it kind of continues that theme of blue interrupted with green onto yellows and blues back there. And that's really it. It's not the largest garden by any means, but it packs a punch, I think. It's low maintenance, especially where water might be a little bit scarce, and it sort of self-sustains itself. One of the most impressive things I've discovered since I've been here is how happy these houseplants seem to be. They are grown, well, I say houseplants, but they really aren't really. Ferns are certainly not houseplants, but could be if you wanted them to be. But here they are growing on this porch under this roof, and they survive entire winters just outside. And believe me, it does frost, but I think it's the protection that they might be getting from the frost, and certainly no winter rain, that makes them thrive and stay green the whole year through. So let's get on to planting some of these some of these salvias, and I shall show you what I've done with this hole specifically. So the soils here in this part of the country are clayey, but they're very red, being rich in iron oxide, and also although they are clay, it's not like these sort of PEDs that kind of limit drainage. The soil does drain really well, so it might be more of a loam, but there are certainly very strong clayey structures in it. So what I've done here is I've dug up this Salvia greggii, shrubby salvia, and I noticed that it was really, really dry and dehydrated, and it looked a little bit dead, to be honest. but I could see its life. So what I did is I dug it up from the pot in which it was, clearly not getting enough water, and I placed it in this bucket of water overnight, just to really allow the roots to take up as much water as it can or could before planting it into the soil. So hopefully in its new position it will be a lot happier and not dry out so quickly. So I'll just move this to the one side. I'm not so sure what color the flowers are, because as you can see there aren't any flowers, so it will be a surprise one day when I'm back in the UK. My mom will probably take a photo and send them to me. But you can see it's still a healthy looking plant with a good root system. So the hole is ready, and I will be placing this plant in it and giving it a new lease on life, I certainly hope. So just removing some of the old rooted bits and making sure this hole is deep enough, which it seems to be. Going to be placing it at the same level as it originally was and just backfilling. Obviously, it's possible to just turn it around so that it faces a favorable position, backfill, bring this lovely soil all around and just firm it in. And now my hands are absolutely covered in red sand. Hopefully that will do. I've got a little piece here as well, which is looking a lot worse, but there's life in it, so I might find another gap for this one, not right here, and just give it a bit of a prune once I've planted it, just to give it a fresh start, and hopefully it will gain a bit of structure over time. So I'll find a place for it. That's not right now's problem, and there you go, planted and hopefully ready to get growing. So there you go, everyone, a quick and short video on this garden in late summer. Hopefully it inspires you to look forward to the upcoming season ahead, and I will be making a few more videos during my time here in South Africa, showing you a few South African plants, hopefully being able to show you a few gardens, what grows naturally and happily, and come on this journey with me. If you enjoy this type of content, please do consider subscribing to my channel, where you will find loads more content like this, more videos, and it would be great to take you along on this journey. So let me know in the comments if you yourself grow salvias as well, if you love them as much as I do. I certainly will make another video about them, because in this part of the world they really seem to thrive very, very well, as they do in other parts of the world. Really, the UK, I've seen more species there's a little dog. I've seen more species there, or more varieties there, than anywhere else. So yeah, they seem to really enjoy all types of climates. So let me know, and see you in the next one. Bye for now.